y'all. And this is like one of my favorite Joe songs right here playing. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We've been so excited. We've been talking about this all week. One of my favorite R&B singers. Gosh, his music is truly and absolutely the soundtrack to our lives. Welcome to So Sweet. Joe Thomas, what's happening?
Wow. Hello. Thank you very much. It's very nice to meet you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much again for being right here on So Sweet.
It's my pleasure. It's such an honor. You know, this is like one of those late nights we're here in New York.
Oh, okay.
It's really calm and relaxing, you know?
You know what? Before it does, and I have to tell you that, you know, I've been all week just going back through a whole journey of Joe, starting with your album Everything till, you know, your current song that you have recently released. And I was saying to, you know, the people that I was listening to the music with, I'm like, you know what? Joe takes you to another place. I said, he makes you want to be in love. He makes you feel romance. If you've forgotten it, or if it's been a long time, you put on some Joe music and you'll be back.
Wow.
It's awesome.
That sounds good.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
That sounds pretty good right there.
Yeah, it does. Okay, Joe, what I wanted to do is, with the audience, kind of go through your journey. And I wanted to start with, how old were you when you knew that you wanted to sing or that you could sing?
Oh, wow. That goes back really some years, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was a really young kid. I mean, I say kid, really a kid, like so small. I was, you know, serenading, I think, every beautiful girl that walked past. I remember a girl in my background. Let me just tell you that first, from the gospel, from church.
Yes.
And both my parents are ministers.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was an older girl in the church back in the day that was so attractive to me.
Uh-huh.
And I would just want to sing all the time. And for me, it was more so the effect that it would have at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I was so young, and to her I might have been adorable, but to me it was.
You were serious.
She was very, very inspirational for my talent, me being a singer.
Wow. Very interesting. And when I was reading about your background, you play the guitar as well.
You say again?
You play the guitar.
I do.
You do?
I do. I play guitar. I play a little bit of piano and drums. You know, when you're in church, you kind of do it all. You know, you kind of stand around the instruments and just admire the incredible musician who's playing, whether it be a drummer or organist, pianist, guitarist. My family, they're all musicians. My sister plays drums. My brother plays, bass and guitar and keys. And my whole entire family, they all sing. So, we were very instrumental group of people.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. And you got your start, or you were discovered working in a music store. Is that true?
Well, it sort of started in the music store. I was selling. Well, I wasn't really selling right there, but I was mostly giving guitar lessons to the owner. And so it just kind of, I met some guys who came in who played for a church. And they heard me playing guitar, and they wanted me to play along with them at a church. And so it kind of went from there. And a lot of great musicians that you find today are from a church background,
Absolutely.
And at the time, it was Kojic music. And I don't know if you know what Kojic is. They really get it in when it comes to music.
Absolutely.
And I played with some incredible musicians. When I left Georgia and came to New York, I met some even more incredible musicians who were just so seasoned and so talented. And I ended up meeting Vincent Herbert, who I started out with in my very early days in my career. Vincent is a very phenomenal producer, incredible gentleman. and we had an incredible run, you know. And I remember those days back in New York and New Jersey where I was on the PATH train to you know, trying to catch a train, you know, the next hour, at least, you know, at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, just to get back to New Jersey. But I tell you what, I mean, those days is very memorable because it was a struggle and it was a great time because it helped build the person who I am. It's very strong now.
Okay. So your journey to success, you know, I know that for most people, you know, it does build your character and you do go through a lot to get to that journey. Was it one of those experiences where you really had to sacrifice for your career to get to here? Or were you one of those that met the right people at the right time?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I mean, when it comes to anything that's anything that deals with success and being successful, it's going to take some sacrifices. You know, whether it's you being going for your PhD, you know, you're going to take a little bit more time to study and to get it right and understand to make sure things are correct. Right. Because I look at the end of the day, it's a real world that we in, and there's a lot of people that could be doing what I do, but when you put the effort and the drive and the focus and the energy and the time into correcting and perfecting your craft. And, you know, a lot of people look at you and you're going to miss on, I don't know, a lot of things in life, you know, maybe some proms, maybe some parties. You're going to miss on a few things, but at the end of the day, your life is going to be so much greater, so much more special, so much more of a necessity of, you know, things that people really need in life.
And you're operating in your gift and you're operating in your talent, and that's got to make a difference. Truly make a difference. Who are some of your musical influences? Because I can hear, gosh, so many people from Marvin Gaye to, you know, Charlie Wilson. I can hear the gospel side. Who are the real strong influences for you?
Wow, you got a really good ear.
Thank you.
Your ear is very sharp.
Thank you.
I mean, those are my favorite. I mean, I love Charlie. I love Stevie. Yeah, I love Marvin Gaye. I love a lot of the gospel singers. I mean, my mother, one of her favorites, which is one of my favorites as well, is Shirley Caesar.
Yeah.
One of my dad's favorites is Joe Ligon from the Mighty Clouds of Joy.
Oh, wow.
And I really grew up on a lot of quartet and gospel music back in the day, and I just got more seasoned and tone because I got a chance to not just listen to gospel music, but listen to every genre of music.
Okay.
And I think that's something that has really built me into the artist that I am today. Because I mean, it was really pretty much all gospel music.
Right.
When I was a kid.
Are there any other genres that you like outside of gospel music, soul music? Is there any other?
I love jazz.
Okay.
I love hip hop.
Well, yeah, we can hear that.
R&B, obviously.
Yes.
And I love pop music. I love rock. You know, anything with a soul, anything that gives you their soul, any music that puts any person that puts their all into their music and just give you everything they got. I mean, there's some things that, you know, that may be a little bit too much for me, like if it goes too heavy rock, and but I have nothing against anything. You know, my thing is that, you know, we all are created, you know, by the greatest, and
absolutely,
and we're here to make the best out of our lives, and that's what they want to do with it, and you know, by all means, make the best music that you can inspire others with. And I'm more drawn to music that inspires a lot of people, like Stevie Wonders, the Whitney Houstons, the Marvin Gayes, the Beatles, the Jacksons, the Eagles. I mean, there's so many great artists.
Yeah, and all of those artists are it's timeless music.
Oh, absolutely,
it's timeless.
Absolutely
music.
Timeless. I mean, today we live in it's almost like a microwave. You know, it's so quick, it's so fast. It's here, it's gone. You don't hear it again. It's really sad because you know, I love to hear some of the music, you know, that is just recently 10 years ago that's been recorded 20 years ago. And you don't really get a chance to hear that on radio as much. You have to have your own either Pandora playlist or what have you. Absolutely.
I totally agree. And you know, that's a good segue to the title of your album. We're going to go back to some of your background, but the title of your current album, tell us the title and talk about what it really means to you.
Evolving. The Evolution of R&B is the title of the album. Double Back is the title. The Evolution of R&B, I'm sorry. Double Back is the title. I did an album called Signature.
Yes.
That had a certain feel, a certain sound. And it really featured a lot more of my songwriting and production. So I wanted to come back to that again. And which is a lot of my career, most of my success has been a lot of songs I've written and produced myself, such as I Want to Know.
Okay.
All the Things You Man Won't Do.
Okay.
Just a lot of my biggest records that I've done and recorded and produced myself. So I wanted to get back to the elements of what made me who I am and that people love so much. It's songs that I wrote, songs that I've written and produced. And this is really what this album is. A lot of, I got some outside production, some great producers, like such as the single I didn't write and produce, but I mean, it's certainly one of those records that certainly is timeless and
absolutely,
and something that I wish I would have wrote because I think it's a great record. It's
a fantastic record.
For the rest of the album, it's just fun. I mean, it's exciting. It's me being, the Joe that everybody knows.
All right.
And loves.
And that we do. We do love you, and we love all of your music. Your music is timeless, and your music is also very honest. And with you coming from, being a PK, and coming from the gospel world and singing about love, but singing about that honest love, was there any conflict with you coming from that background and singing about love in the way that you do?
Well, I tell you one thing, there's a very fine line when it comes to the R&B and the gospel. Well, it's so connected.
Absolutely.
Because of the way we sing, our emotions, our feelings when it comes to, I hear a lot of people say, especially, I heard a lot of people say, I don't hear much these days, but I heard a lot of people say back in the day, you're so anointed, and, and your voice is just so anointed, and I've always wanted to keep that element, the essence, and just stay connected with my religion, which is Christ, and so I always wanted to stay connected to that in everything that I do, every walk in life. We all know that life is a very tough thing, it's a very hard struggle, and we have a lot of things coming at us that can take us this way, that way. But I've always wanted to remain consistent in who I am as a human being, and always do unto others the way I want to be treated. And I think I've always wanted to put that in my music as well, that it was love, it was affection, be kind, and be considerate, just all of the above. It really means something to me when people who are living their lives and this is their one life that they have to live, and this is it. I mean, you make the best of it.
I agree.
And you make the best of it by doing great and doing unto others the way you want to be done.
Absolutely. And I think love songs should be honest. And, I've had this debate with other, it is not necessarily a debate, but a conversation with artists, that come from, the gospel world and they sing secular music. And, there's always the debate about that and about singing about honest love. And I think that love is so complex, and it's everything from being hurt to, being happy, making love, feeling good, being romantic. All of those things isn't encompassed in love. But a lot of people feel that you shouldn't sing about, like, some parts of that is kind of taboo.
Oh, wow. The difference between love and sex, right? That's a good, I have a song that's actually in my album about that. It's a feature with Fantasia.
Okay.
And, it's all connected in a sense, in one way, because you can be in love, but if you don't feel it, as sexually and the whole thing is, if it's not connected, it's not going to feel the same. It's not going to feel beautiful. I mean, I think about a lot of songs. When I think about songwriting, I think about Stevie Wonder's song, Isn't She Lovely? And a lot of people think that song was written about, a girl, a woman, a loved one, someone, a lover, in a sense. But it wasn't. It was written about his daughter.
Yeah.
And so I guess maybe perception a lot of times, and sometimes outweigh certain situations.
Okay. I feel you on that. And I think that regardless of how critical, you may be, or how in depth you look in a song, I think when the doors are closed and it's time for love and it's time for romance, it's just a different story. And that maybe some people don't want to be honest with that. So the one thing I do appreciate is that honesty, that you can take us to that place that says, I've had a hard day and I want to come home to my love. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to see anybody. I want to come back to my love, and whatever that entails. So thank you for elaborating on that. Now, I read that you did a 3-song demo before you signed your first deal. Were any of those songs, did they ever come out on any of your albums?
Yeah, definitely. The first album was really one of those, okay, wow, this is a demo, and you guys want to sign me and release a single off of this from just a demo. I had a song called "It's All Right" from the first album.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Closer.
Yes.
That were demos that I were a part of my showcase.
Very interesting.
And back in the day, the showcases were, at one point there were 4 or 5 different labels that wanted to see me perform.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one was one of the labels from the first showcase wanted to exclusively see me in a separate showcase. And those songs that I performed were all songs that I also recorded and put on my first album.
Very, very interesting. Which is probably my favorite album. Is your very first album?
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's really my absolute favorite album. And I was telling my audience the story was that I had your first album and I turned everybody on. And at that time it was you, and I think Blackstreet's first album had come out, and we were playing those back to back. And I had an opportunity to go to the WGCI music seminar, and I think this was around the time that you're
GCI. Wow.
In Chicago.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What was my band name from the radio station? I can't remember the program director's name, but he was
Elroy.
Oh my God!
Is it Elroy?
Elroy. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And Marv Dyson. Elroy Smith and Marv Dyson were the 2 people over GCI at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm this big fan of your first album, playing it all the time. I get an opportunity because one of my friends was a radio personality on WGCI. And so I was there at the breakfast, and I actually have been posting the picture on my page. But you were one of the first up and coming artists I had an opportunity to meet and take a picture with and talk to you, which I know that was many, many years ago.
Wow,
yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so when I had the opportunity to have you on the show, it was this full circle moment because I was a fan from the beginning, and you were the first up and coming artist that I met. So this has been really exciting for me to have you here. So I just want to throw that in.
Wow, God bless. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me that. That really meant a lot to me.
Yeah, you were really, really nice too, because I'll add this in too, and we'll keep going with the interview. But I had asked you for a picture, and we had posed for the picture, and then, they did the introductions and welcomed everybody and was kind of giving us the instructions for the day. And so we had to wait for the photographer to take the picture, and you didn't take your arm around me. You helped me the whole time until they gave us the signal to actually take the picture. So, you couldn't tell me nothing that day.
Wow, that's what's up. What's up.
All right. So getting back to your career, so you come out with, everything, and then you follow that up with your second album, All That I Am. Now, I also read that you did some work with some other artists. I was not aware that you sang backup, for example, on Angel in Disguise by Brandy.
Angel in Disguise, no. And I love you, babe. and I love you, babe. Yeah, that was one of my favorite records, she put out. And that, her voice is so incredible, man. I think Brandy's voice is just one of the most beautiful voices out there. Her tone is just, it's so silky, smooth. And, that was Rodney Jerkins. Back in the days, Dark Child, they wanted to do this record. And then my man Sean Daniels, who wrote The Boy's Mind for Brandy and Monica. And they had this idea for this record, and it was so much fun doing it. I mean, I think our voices been. I don't know why we didn't do a record yet. We should do a record together.
Yes, you should. And
we should certainly do a record together.
You really should, because Brandy's voice really kind of changed music. It changed the game when her voice came along, didn't it?
Smooth, and the tone is beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's so beautiful.
And that kind of leads me into questions that people ask about your duets with Case. Everybody wants to know if you're going to do another duet with Chico DeBarge.
Oh, Chico, my brother.
Yes.
Man, we've had a great run. It's been fun working with Chico. I just had a show with his brother, El DeBarge, last week. And
really?
He's looking incredible. He sounded incredible. And then I was really excited to see him, and I haven't seen Chico in a while, but I would love to do another record with him. It's because it's one of those things where when you make a connection in life with somebody who had great energy, you want them to do great in life. You always want to see them do great in life. So I definitely want to reconnect with him and do some music. I mean, those days were fun.
Okay, and actually, in your duet with Mariah too, how did that come about?
Oh man, that was pretty phenomenal for me because I met her in Atlanta. I was at a restaurant with my family. There was a whole lot of us, and my family's from Georgia. And she came in and to the restaurant and had a whole lot of people with her too. And she sent us security because she wanted to meet me and to bring me over to a table. And wow, it was like 30 beautiful girls at the table along with her. And she was just going in about how much she loves my music. And I was like, wow,
what an honor.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And it was really nice to hear her say it because I'm such a big fan of Mariah. And come to find out, a couple of weeks later after I met her, she wanted to reach out to me through my people, and they got in touch with me. And she called, and I was in the studio already at about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. She called. It was crazy, and it was like, I got a record. I want you to hear it. And I rushed over to the studio. I didn't hesitate. It was one of those, moments like, hey, man, I'm going. I'm out of here.
That's right.
So I shut down what I was doing, and she played the record, and some of her friends, Brad and a few other people were there. And she played singing with the Brad, and then she played the record she wanted me to do, and she just wanted me to hear it. That's all she wanted me to do. And then I suggested that I cut it tonight, and I put the record down that night. I finished at about I don't know, maybe about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and the rest was history. I mean, we went on the road, toured a lot, and I got a chance to meet and be around and enjoy a beautiful soul. She's an incredible person.
Yeah, she is. And she's a woman who knows what she wants.
Oh,
musically,
one of the most highest selling female artists in history.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than her. And thank God I have a #1 record with her. Number 17th record we did was Thank God I Found You. And it's such a blessing. I mean, I count my blessings every day, and I thank God that he put her into my life, and we had a chance to do some great music.
Wow. Okay. Now, will you do any gospel music? Do you think you'll put out a gospel album? Have you considered that?
I'm really thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, and I got a few more years in me right now.
I think you have more than a few years.
I say that. Yeah, I say that because when you go the gospel route, you got to go the gospel route. I'm from the classic.
Okay.
From the old school.
Okay.
How do they say it in church? Standards. See me want to understand? No, not understand. That's blues. Wait a second. They don't say that in church. Oh boy, I get my life mixed up.
One of the gospel classics.
Well, I can't think of what they call it these days, what they used to call it anymore. But you know, when you sing the songs that the old folks like, you know, when you sing those old folks songs.
Yes.
And but you have to live what you preach. You know, you have to live by it. If you're gonna sing it, I feel you got to be a part of that. You know, you got to be a part of that life, and you know, every day, and God is with me every day. You know, as I say, but when it comes to you walking the walk and talking the talk, it's a whole other thing.
Okay, you know what? I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. So I was reading about you not wanting to make a dance song. Is that true?
Not wanting to make a dance song? You
yes.
mean like
Joe.
like one of the popular Miami records right now?
Yes. Or just whatever.
Well, you know, it's tough. It's tough. I'm not sure because it's one of those things where you don't want to go too far, and then you know, and then you can't come back home. You know.
Right.
You know, I love home. Home feels good to me. I love my R&B world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to do something in the dance world that puts me in a whole other category. It makes a lot more money. It makes a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not trying to search after the money right now. You know, that's not my thing. You know, I love what I do. It's really fun.
Okay, and I think more artists need to take that mentality to, you know, do what they do and not chase that crossover hit.
Well, there's a lot of them doing it, you know. So I figure, why should I be one of the other ones as well? You know,
mm-hmm.
Why follow? Why be a follower? I'm one of the leaders out here, and I want to continue to be one of the strong guys that represents something that I really feel strong about. And I love thinking. I love melodies. I love it being at a certain tempo.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's just how I rock. I don't mind. Hey, trust me, when I'm in Miami and I'm at a nice little party, it sounds good to me.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I love it. I don't knock anybody for doing it. And I love it. It feels good. Daft Punk, one of the best that did it. So
mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know who Daft Punk is. That's a whole other European pop group.
Mm-hmm.
But they're great, phenomenal.
Okay. Now, just a few more questions, and then we'll get back to the album and talk about, you know, what's in the future for you. Is there anybody that you would like to work with that you have not worked with today?
Oh, wow. Lionel Richie.
Ooh. Really?
Lionel Richie. Absolutely.
Okay. Now that would be an interesting collab.
Yeah, and you know, I love country music, and I know he's connected with that country audience and with his country music influence. You know, I just love the way he does his melodies. They're very simple,
mm-hmm.
very powerful,
mm-hmm.
and his stories and his songs, his melody, everything is is strong. I've been a fan for a long time, and you know, he's one of the guys. I mean, Stevie Wonder is another one at the top of the list. You know, of course, I can never not mention his name because he's definitely been a big influence on my singing and the entire thing. You know, his writing and production, his playing. You know, his you know, so there's a lot of different artists that I really love, and I would love to work with them, especially those two guys right there.
I could definitely hear an awesome country song from you. You could really go there. I'll
tell you, I'll put a little twang on it.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear.
Garth Brooks on it. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what I want to know.
Rose and always.
Go now.
Yeah, I'll just mess around.
I love it. Now, for Joe, this is outside of the music. Do you have hobbies or things that, you know, maybe inspire you or that you do to maybe take a break, you know, from music? Some type of artistic expression, like do you cook, do you paint, do you go skiing?
Well, you know, I mean, I'm getting more laid back these days. Being home is like a vacation to me nowadays, you know.
Okay.
I'm on the road so much. When I'm home, it's like I just kick back, watch a movie, check out World Star, Media Takeout.
Okay.
I don't know why I just bigged them up so crazy just now, but I would. I go on YouTube, see what's going on. I don't know. I like to stay connected as well to the world.
Okay.
But when I'm home, my home is a vacation. I love being home.
Okay.
No, not as much as I love being on the road because it's a different energy. I'm relaxed home, and I'm like energetic on the road.
Okay. Very, very interesting. So, kind of what we're hearing from the music, you are that guy that likes to chill and likes to lay back. You that guy.
Which guy is that?
That, the chill, the laid back, the easy going, creating
absolutely.
that love scene.
Glass of wine.
Yeah.
Wine and dine.
Oh, all right.
The whole nine.
So you create that love scene for real, right?
Say again?
I said you create that love scene, huh? That's really you.
Well, I think if you live your life the way you want to live it, then it comes natural. Everything just falls into place it's supposed to fall in. You don't have to pressure the issue. You just let it fall into place.
Okay.
And if you don't do too much, it's easy for you. If you got a whole lot going on, this becomes a little stressful.
Absolutely. Okay. So I got two more things for you. So with the album, Double Back, the evolution of R&B, and we're going to see you and experience and go on a journey with you going back to your roots. More writing, more soulful music. Any flavor in this album that's a little different? Something like maybe a little jazzy or anything a little different?
Oh, you like jazz too, huh?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's nice. I got some real musicians, some real instrumentation going on, and I'm trying to keep it really musical.
Mm-hmm.
I want my musicians to enjoy this album as well as my singers, my lovers, and my haters. I don't think I have many haters.
No.
But I want everybody to enjoy this album, and that's from musicians all the way up to the best musicians, because I got some of the best musicians on. Richard Bona on bass, my man Obed on drums.
Okay.
I know I'm a little short tonight. I've had a long day.
Okay.
and to think about every day and think about everything right now. But I got some incredible musicians, horn players, string players, violinists, cellos. I mean, there's some great musicians on the album. So I'm really excited about releasing it. It's diverse. I mean, it's love songs. It's some songs that are gonna make you think. And some songs gonna raise a couple eyebrows, but it's all respect. The album is very respectful.
All right.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, I've had a chance to preview it, and definitely.
Oh boy, thank you.
Yeah, loving it, and I like what you do, and I like the fact that you truly appeal to everyone. As I'm promoting and talking about you being on the show, the brothers is feeling you just as well as the sisters, and a lot of artists don't have that where they have a very even audience of male and female. Sometimes their audiences are predominantly one or the other.
Absolutely.
So
that's total respect, and I really appreciate the fans and the listeners. I wouldn't call them fans or listeners. People who really listen and enjoy music. We somewhat call them fans, but I call them people who really listen and enjoy music. And I don't want to demean anybody by calling them a fan if that's something that they don't want to be called. And I just love people who love music, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with this music. When they say 100, 100.
All right.
All the way through.
Okay. Well, we will be enjoying and playing all of your music, including the new album. We thank you so much for taking the time and hanging out with me. And I know you said that you had a really long day, but I do have one last request from you. The tradition here on Soul... Pardon me?
Okay, no worries.
Okay. The tradition here on Soul Suite is that my favorite singers serenade me just a little bit. So I would like a little something from you, Joe.
Just a little something? What would you like? Have you ever requested anything?
Oh, from your very first album, my favorite is Finally Back.
Finally Back?
Yeah.
You will pick a song that I haven't sang in years.
Okay.
I got it. Wait. Let me think for 1 second. Let me see what the words are.
Suppose I got another one if that don't work.
No, I can't get it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's too far back.
That's too far back. Okay. See, I told you I was a fan of the first album. I told you.
That was good. Wow. Never had that one asked to me before. That's the first request.
Oh, okay.
First time request.
So that means you'll never forget the Sweet Lady because I requested that song.
Oh, never.
Never forget me. All right. This is what we'll do. You sing whatever you'd like to sing to me, the Sweet Lady. How about that? I'll take whatever you give me.
Right, I would put the pressure back on me, wouldn't I? Oh, let's see. Give me 1 second, sweetheart, okay?
Okay, sure.
Just give me 1 second. I may have to have a playlist for myself so I can have some support. So you mind?
Sure, absolutely.
Let's see how we get this done. Let me just take a real quick look at my playlist.
Okay.
And let's see if we can do this one for you right here.
Okay.
You know, it's beautiful when it's live like this, you know, because I can just do what I want, you know.
Absolutely.
I can take my time and just go to, oh, that's a good one here. How about this one?
Anxiously awaiting.
Since you like album cuts, you don't really do the singles.
Okay.
Right? You don't really do singles too much, right? You like album cuts. You like something from the old.
Yeah.
How about this one? Let's see. Let's try it again.
All right.
You remember this song?
Yes, I do.
Oh, open up, please, baby, let me in. I wanna get inside of you, baby, once again. I'll try you crazy with both my hands. Unfortunately, I can't do that one either. I don't remember the words.
You know what?
I totally bombed tonight. I'm sorry.
No, you know what? It's really, really okay. We take that. We're happy with that. You've given us so much.
I try to keep it sexy for you. I try to get the track with you, get the music background. I'm sure on your end it sounds crappy,
No, it does not. It does not. No, nobody's complaining. And you know what? Everybody here in the studio is just like, it's wonderful. You've given us such a wonderful body of music, love songs over the years. We're just very honored that whatever you give us, we're happy with it.
I appreciate the love. I really do. Appreciate the love. And to everybody listening, God bless y'all, man, because this was funny for me. This was funny.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
I don't even know him.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time here because I've had a good time talking with you, too.
Absolutely.
All right. And where can people find out more? Pardon me?
We should meet in person.
Oh, yes, we will. Next time you are here in Chicagoland area, absolutely. Where can everybody find you? We can find you on Facebook. We can find you on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that going now. I haven't been the one to do Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I haven't really been the guy to do that, but I want to touch. I want to reach out. I want to holler at my people. So.
All right, do that.
Unfortunately, I haven't done that, but I want to do it now. Okay. I want to get in there.
Okay. All right, Joe.
They want to talk, I want to talk.
All right. Well, I'll be talking to you. Definitely.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much again, Joe, for everything. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Anytime. Reach out to me whenever you need.
Okay, I will. Talk to you soon.
All right, all the best.
Bye-bye.